They said she was too old, too broken, too used up. Nobody wanted her. But what happened next changed everything I thought I knew about second chances. This is Rosie, the dog nobody wanted who became the greatest gift of my life. And her story will leave you in tears. When Rosie first arrived, she wasn't just abandoned, she was thrown away. We believe she'd been used for breeding, forced to have litter after litter until her body gave out. And when she couldn't produce anymore, someone decided she was worthless. They left her on the streets like garbage. A kind couple found her wandering alone and brought her to our shelter. The moment I saw her, my heart shattered. She had clearly just given birth. Her body was exhausted, malnourished, covered in infections. She was filthy, broken. You could see it in her eyes. She had forgotten what kindness felt like. I decided to foster her, just temporarily, I told myself, just until she heals. Those first few days were harder than I expected. She was terrified, cautious. Every movement made her flinch. She didn't know if she could trust us, but I had no idea what was coming. Slowly, something began to shift. She met my 3 kids, my husband, and one by one, she started to let them in. She'd snuggle up close, resting her head on their laps. All she wanted was love, the kind of love she'd been denied her entire life. There was this one thing she'd do. Whenever she wanted my attention, she'd quietly sit next to me and just wait. No barking, no jumping, just patient, gentle waiting. We joked that we'd finally found her off switch. If you placed your hand gently on her head, she would stop moving completely. Her eyes would close, and she'd melt into your touch like it was the first kindness she'd ever known. I kept telling myself she was just a foster, temporary, but deep down, I already knew the truth. And then, something happened that changed everything. I realized she belonged with us, not as a foster, as family. That's when we renamed her Rosie. She reminded us of a sweet, old church lady, gentle, slow, full of quiet dignity. Just when we thought we understood her, Rosie started showing us who she really was. She wasn't athletic, not even close. She had one speed, slow. But she loved walks more than anything. She'd move at her own steady pace, choosing whichever direction she wanted. If you tried to rush her, she'd stop and look at you like, nice try. And people loved her for it. She had this gift. She loved everyone she met. People, animals, it didn't matter. She's met cats, pigs, even a duck. And every single time, she was kind, patient. That's just who Rosie is. But here's what I didn't expect. Rosie became more than my dog. She became my healer. Shortly before she arrived, I'd lost my previous dog. My heart was shattered. I told myself I wasn't ready to love another dog, but Rosie changed everything. I think we found each other exactly when we both needed healing the most. I needed someone to fill the empty space in my heart, and she needed someone to show her it was safe to trust again. But wait, the story takes an unexpected turn. Over time, Rosie became more than just my companion. She became my helper. We started fostering other animals, medical cases, hospice cases, dogs who just needed a break from shelter life, and Rosie welcomed every single one of them. She seemed to understand when another animal needed comfort, and she was always the first to offer it. She follows me everywhere now. If she's hungry, wants to go outside, or just needs some love, she quietly trails behind me. She's my shadow, my constant companion. Every single day, I tell her how much I love her. I tell her she's not allowed to go anywhere, that she has to stay with me forever. She's become a local celebrity among my friends. She has a few aunties who bring her a puppuccino every time we meet up, and she absolutely adores them. And here's where it gets incredible. Sometimes people see her from a distance and cross the street. Maybe it's her stocky build, her unusual face. They don't realize what a gentle, loving soul she is. I always joke that she's a cross between a hippo and a rhino. Short, sturdy, absolutely adorable in her own unique way. Her tongue hangs out constantly. Sometimes she even wakes up with her tongue tucked under her chin. It never fails to make me laugh. Before I show you what happens next, if you're loving Rosie's story, hit that subscribe button. I share heartwarming rescue stories every week. Now, here's the moment that changed everything. There's a magic about Rosie, a warmth that softens even the hardest hearts. And I feel endlessly grateful every single day that she chose us. Or maybe we chose each other. Rosie reminds me of something I'd forgotten. Sometimes your soulmate is waiting for you in a shelter. You just have to open your heart to the ones who might not look perfect, the ones who are older, slower, a little rough around the edges, because those are often the ones who have the most love to give. Rosie wasn't the young, energetic puppy everyone dreams of. She was broken, used, discarded, but she had something far more valuable. She had a heart full of love that was just waiting for someone to see it. And now she fills my life with more joy than I ever thought possible. She heals me every day without even trying, just by being next to me, just by looking at me with those trusting eyes, just by reminding me that love is always worth the risk. Today, Rosie is thriving. She's healthy, happy, loved beyond measure. She has a family who would do anything for her. She knows she's safe. She knows she'll never be abandoned again. This is what a second chance looks like. Not perfect, not flawless, but real, beautiful, worth everything. What would you do if you met a dog like Rosie? Would you walk past her because she's older? Or would you stop and see the soul underneath? Let me know in the comments below. If this story touched your heart, please hit that like button. Show some love for Rosie and all the dogs still waiting for their second chance. And here's my message to you. If you're thinking about bringing an animal into your home, remember this. Love often comes in unexpected forms. Some of the most remarkable companions are those who have faced hardship, who may not be the youngest or prettiest at the shelter. Open your heart. Take the time to get to know their personality. Give them a chance. You might just find, like I did with Rosie, that they have a way of filling your life with joy, healing, and an endless capacity for love. Adopt with patience. Adopt with love. Adopt with commitment. It will change both your life and theirs forever. Next time, I'll share the story of a blind puppy who taught an entire family how to see the world differently. You won't believe what happens.